Just to start off, this is about to explain to you where the EBA is at the moment, and you would have heard more recent comments about going to voluntary conciliation. You'd be aware we served a log of claims on Ambulance Victoria on the 26th of April last year, 2012. We didn't start negotiating until August 2012 because Ambulance Victoria were not allowed to. It was only when the government gave them permission. So we wasted 4 months up front without them being able to negotiate with us. And since that time, we've had 32 meetings up until last Friday, the 26th of July 2013. Unfortunately, through those 32 meetings, there's been little or no progress made. We haven't had a wage offer from the government or Ambulance Victoria since February of this year, and as you'd be aware, back then they made a wage offer to you, a 2.5% and or a 5% wage increase, but for both of those increases you had to give up many conditions, and both of those offers were rejected by the members. The attitude on the way through by government and Ambulance Victoria, I think in recent times, has been that they're just going to sit on their hand trying to force us into voluntary conciliation. They weren't prepared to negotiate on things, and I believe it's been a delaying tactic, a deliberate delaying tactic to try and frustrate you and to try and drive a wedge between the membership and the union. In the end, because of that, we've felt that we needed to go to voluntary conciliation to see whether we can progress this. This just can't keep going on the way it has been. But in the meantime, as I previously said, you need to keep campaigning as the way you have. Voluntary conciliation, members might ask, well, why now and what's it all about? Look, it's been on the table for a while. The reason why we haven't agreed to it previous to last Friday, the 26th of July, was because we were seeking a response to our productivity paper from Ambulance Victoria. They provided a 1.5-page letter that alluded to certain things but didn't give any great detail, and we asked them for the items that they felt had some sort of productivity value to it or some sort of work value to it, and they've refused to do that up until last Friday, the 26th of July. So we have reached an agreement to be assisted by an agreed commissioner from Fair Work Commission to go into conciliation, which means nothing more than further negotiations before a commissioner. There's nothing binding on either of the parties. The parties can walk out of that conciliation conference at any stage if they're not happy with the progress of it or lack of progress. The commissioner can't dictate and determine and direct either of the parties to do anything. All they're there for is to assist and try and move the parties in a direction of trying to reach an agreement. So we're prepared to give that a go at this stage, but we're not bound by that process, and we can remove ourselves from that process if we're not happy with it. While we're in voluntary conciliation, the bans don't change. The bans are still in place. We have not agreed to lift the bans or suspend the bans. So all of what you're doing at the moment remains in place. That's all the campaigning bans, talking to the media, wearing the t-shirts, the stickers, and obviously the writing on the windows of the ambulances. That all remains in place. If the talks break down or if it's not going in a positive direction, then clearly we have to check our position on what we're going to do next, and if that means an escalation of the bans, then that's what we'll probably go back to. But we're hopeful that that doesn't occur.
Won't surrender, walk back down, paramedics stand their ground. Won't surrender, walk back down, paramedics stand their ground.
It has been a very good campaign, a great involvement from a broad section of the membership, a lot of enthusiasm, fantastic to see the red t-shirts out there and the stickers on the trucks and the writing on the windows of the trucks. The public support has been enormous, and it continues to be enormous with, on the Facebook site and the social media sites, let alone the newspapers. Again, supporting paramedics, and the support's been fantastic. The support's been great by the media, and you talking directly to the media has instigated that support. But also people want to hear your story and the stories that come out of ambulance. So don't stop. The rallies, we've had many rallies and we'll continue to have rallies. The support there has been great. The numbers in attendance have been fantastic. Some rallies have been organised at very short notice. Just recently there was one in Ballarat where we needed to rally the troops up to meet with the Premier as he came out of the radio station in Ballarat, and that was done on the spur of the moment, and that's been fantastic. And it all captured media, and they all capture media. So your support with the rallies has been good, and we need to keep that support going, and we'll continue to hold rallies, in particular in marginal seats. And also we've got one coming up outside of the Health Department on the 12th of August. Just to finish up, the main reason for explaining all of this to you and seeking your ongoing support and to rally up the troops and to keep the campaign going is because, as you know, our aim is to achieve pay parity with other states for paramedics, and we want to get good wages and conditions for other ambulance employee members, and hopefully try and get your wages up to the levels of some of the other states like South Australia and ACT. That's what it's all about, and we see that it's only fair for that to occur. And we'll keep campaigning until we get a good outcome, and at the end of the day you will decide on that outcome. The union will bring a position to you, hopefully, at some point in time through this conciliation process. We'll bring a position to you for consideration, and then only on that consideration would the members then get to vote on that. If it's a position that we can't bring to you, then we'll obviously keep you informed all the way through of where we're at with the discussions in Fair Work Commission. Thank you.